Hi everybody, sorry this video is so late. Today is 8/13 and this is 1.3 day 2. Slope-intercept form of a line. Yesterday we learned about the point-slope form of a line. Another formula of a line can be developed from that. If we let the slope equal 0 and we let the point x1, y1 be 0b, then we use the point slope formula. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. Make sure you memorize the different formulas. They're from Math 1. You put in 0b, so y minus b equals the slope times x minus 0, and the slope is 0, and 0 times, you can distribute the 0, y minus b equals 0x minus 0. You just get 0x minus 0. This is 0. Y minus b equals 0. So y equals b. Y equals 0x plus b. What formula does that remind you of? This is the slope of this line. And what is the b called? The y what? The y-intercept of the line. So 0b is the y-intercept. So we're going to have y equals mx plus b with any slope, and b is the y-intercept. And it makes sense why it's called this, because this is the slope and this is the y-intercept, so it's called the slope-intercept form of a line. You only need the slope and y-intercept to find this form. It says explain why it's called that. You only need the slope and the y-intercept. With point-slope form, you need a point and the slope. So that was continuing on page 10 from yesterday. And then I uploaded page 11 and 12. So here's page 11. So the y-intercept is 0b. We write it as a ordered pair, but it's b. Y equals mx plus b is the slope-intercept form of a line. So it says in example 7 from yesterday, I'm going to write yesterday. We had two equations in example 7. It didn't matter which point we used. So we started with this one, or we had this one. And we're going to put them into slope-intercept form. So we're going to multiply the 1/3 times both parts. We're going to distribute the 1/3. Y minus 1 equals 1/3 x plus 2/3. And then what's with the y that needs to disappear? The -1. So how do you make that disappear? Add 1. So if you add 1, we need it to be in the form of thirds because we have a fraction. So 1 in the form of thirds is 3/3. So we add 3/3 to 2/3 and we get 5/3. So that's the equation. Let's see if we get the same answer over here. Y minus 4 equals, distribute the slope, 1/3 x minus 7/3. We need the 4 to go away, so we're going to add 4. How many thirds is 4? 12 thirds, right? 12 thirds is 4. So negative 7/3 plus 12/3 is 5/3. So we get the same answer. So you need to be able to switch from one form to the other form. Identify the slope and y-intercept of a line given its equation. So we're going to find the slope and y-intercept. So let's switch this to slope-intercept form. So we subtract x from both sides, and then what do we have to divide by? 2. So you have negative 1/2 x plus 4. So the slope is what? And the y-intercept 0b is equal to 0, 4. Some people say that the y-intercept is 4, but we write it as an ordered pair, 0, 4. So we're going to graph it. So you go to 0, 4, the y-intercept, and the slope is negative 1/2. So how do we move on the graph? Down 1, right 2, down 1, right 2. I'm going to ignore the phone ringing. Okay, so we graphed that. In the last section, it was determined that to find the x-intercepts, if any, of a graph, you let y equal 0. So to find the x-intercept, you let y equal 0. And to find the y-intercept, you let x equal 0 and solve for y. By doing this, 2 points are found on the graph and in a line that provides enough information to graph. So when we have this, we can let x equal 0, and we can rewrite it negative 2x minus 3y equals negative 6. And I don't like negatives for the x, so 2x plus 3y equals 6. This is called general form, which we're going to talk about in a minute. But if we let x equal 0, 2 times 0 plus 3y equals 6. That's 0. 3y equals 6, y equals 2. So we get 0, 2. If we let y equal 0 and solve for x, we get 2x plus 3 times 0 equals 6. 2x equals 6, x equals 3. So 3, 0 is the x-intercept. And then it says find a third point. So let's just pick a value. I picked 1. You can pick a different value if you want. Substitute it in. So 2 times 1 plus 3y equals 6. 2 plus 3y equals 6. 3y equals 4. Y equals 4/3. So 1 and 4/3. So let's graph the points. 0, 2. 3, 0. And that's enough to draw the line. But they said to find a third point. So 1 and 4/3. 1 and 1/3. And then draw the line. So general form, they're going to give it to us in a minute, is ax plus by equals c, where a and b and c are integers, there's no fractions, and A is positive, then it's in general form. So this is in general form, and we're going to find its intercepts, like we just did. And it says, how is it different from example 9? And how should it be handled? So we let x equal 0, and we write 2 times 0 plus 5y equals 0, 5y equals 0, y equals 0. So we get 0, 0, and we graph it. Let y equal 0, 2x plus 5 times 0 equals 0, 2x equals 0, x equals 0, so we still have 0, 0. How many points does it take to draw a line? 2. How many points do we have? 1. So we need another point. So it's different because both the x-intercept and y-intercept are 0, 0. So we need another point. And it doesn't matter what point you pick, but you kind of want one that's not near the origin so that you have space between the 2 points to draw a good line. So I'm going to pick x equals 5. So 2 times 5 plus 5y equals 0. 10 plus 5y equals 0. 5y equals negative 10. Y equals negative 2. 5, negative 2. So you go right 5, down 2. Connect those points, and you have your line. It's called general form, and they use capital letters. AX plus BY equals C. A and B can't both be 0. It's called general form, or sometimes it's called standard form. No fractions, okay? A is positive. So that's where we're going to stop, and I'll put your assignment on Canvas so you can work on it. It's due tomorrow. So make sure you do homework number 3 and number 4 for tomorrow. Have a good evening.